What does aging have in store for our appearance? Baldness, wrinkles, blubbery arms, potbellies, drooping eyelids, facial hair for women, and it's worse if you're not used to it, gray hair, varicose veins, breasts for men, and it's worse if you're not used to it. What does aging have in store for our character? Forgetfulness, uselessness, being discarded as an old fool, a cantankerous remnant from days gone by. Some of these will inevitably hit us all if we age, even if we or others deny it. Now, suppose that I have developed this pill. Here they are. And these pills will rejuvenate you. You only need to take one a day, and then you will live 25 years longer. And it also has a strong retardation of aging effect. Had I actually developed such a pill, however much I enjoy Budapest, I would not be here. I would be very rich and have a holiday on a tropical island, surrounded by nice young men who bring me pink cocktails. Would you, if I offered you the pill, would you take it? Of course, it has no side effects. Hypothetical pills never have side effects. Or would you say, no, thank you, I do not want to live 25 years longer? And why would you say that? What arguments would you consider? So the first question is, do I really want it, or am I influenced by society's expectations? It is important to think, and Judith has already mentioned this, about the way we look at old age and old people. In our Western societies, according to some, we are forced by societal expectations to try to rejuvenate. The pressure to be and look young and stop the aging process, or if we cannot stop it, use all kinds of camouflage devices, is very strong. But even if the prejudices about old age would change, I think we would still want life extension and anti-aging. I would like to be at least 128. I would like to have more years in good health, to read more books, enjoy more friends, really have the time to visit Budapest, have more chances, and live more. How well are we able to fill our lives and enjoy life? The British philosopher John Harris, in his book Enhancing Evolution, has argued that those who think they will be bored should not strive for longevity or indefinite life, as they are simply not good candidates. I quote him now, suffice it to say that only the terminally boring are in danger of being terminally bored, and perhaps they do not deserve indefinite life. Those who are bored can, thanks to their vulnerability, opt out at any time. But those of us who do not have terminal failure of imagination should be left to create new ways of enjoying life and doing good. End quote. I'm not so sure that people can so easily be divided in terminally boring and the rest of us. I'm sure that you all do not belong to that group. I would not worry about boredom for most of us if life extension is, say, about 30 years. But what if it were 100 years or more, or 150? Would you still love me if I'm 250? Am I going against nature? Is it wrong to rejuvenate yourself and take this pill because it's normal or natural to age and to die? And therefore we should not try to exceed our natural or normal lifespan? The first question, of course, is what is normal and what is natural? The increase in lifespan over the past century obviously is a fact, and that implies that what is natural or normal has changed significantly. What is normal now was not normal a century ago. Overpopulation, of course, is a very serious problem, and it has been argued that also that people might have fewer children if they lived longer. The American President's Commission states, the evidence of past centuries suggests that increased lifespans tend to be accompanied by decreased birth rates. Will vastly longer lives mean fewer children? And how might such societies function? I have wondered whether an opposite effect might occur, that people would have more successive families and therefore have more children. Like middle-aged men now sometimes do, they would have a second nest or even a third. Who has access to this treatment? And this is the problem of parallel populations. Of course, I would give you my hypothetical pill for free, as it is so kind of you to come here and listen. But that is not likely to happen if someone else develops a real pill. Imagine that there are treatments and that they are not equally accessible for all. Some can afford them and some can not. There are parallel populations. Now, we should realize that we already live in a world with parallel populations. Many countries have huge disparities in availability of resources and income. Now, what do you think? The alternative is to give the hypothetical pill to nobody. That has been called the total justice, total catastrophe strategy. And it's not really attractive. And I think that it is not practically feasible because people will always find a way to gain access to legal or illegal means. There is one area in which we as individuals have an influence, and that is our lifestyle. If we live a healthy lifestyle, moderate eating, lots of vegetables and fruits, exercise, moderate alcohol intake, and do not smoke, we can influence the length of our lives significantly. It's very interesting that many, including me, do not do that, although when asked, they would definitely want to live longer. Thank you.